Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. You know, Linda and I are out here in Marlborough, Massachusetts for our first major sports show of the winter, and we get the chance to talk to people from all over that are always asking us questions on what makes your fishing so special. And one of the things that we're going to be talking about this year, that we have a whole presentation about our wonderful trout fishing in our area. But what, Linda, you were taken yesterday by some of the comments from people?
Well, in fact, we had re-encountered one of the folks that we have met through the sports shows. Pete, I think his last name is Brissett. And so Pete had lots of things had happened in his life, but he was talking about the tiger trout, because we were talking about trout fishing, which is one of the ways that we have engaged with him, because Pete loves to fish for trout.
Yeah, in years past, he would always bring a cooler in with fillets of trout that he had caught in the wintertime out here in New England.
And he would share those with us.
Share them. He got you all hooked on eating trout.
Oh, and they are so delicious. But we digress. He mentioned tiger trout. What are those?
Well, they seem to be some kind of a hybrid that they don't exist naturally in our waters, although he claims that he felt that they were a cross between a brook trout and a brown trout. And we have to realize that in nature, there's certain strange things that do take place, and there's hybrids that do come into being. They're usually sterile. They can't pass on this tradition, but they have totally different characteristics, different markings. Mm-hmm. Another thing he showed us was a picture of a golden trout that he caught.
Yes.
And he said that it was a yellow or orange rainbow trout, but it was all yellow.
Yeah,
it's amazing, fish. Some of these things that we don't realize that occur in other areas. But and that's one of the really nice things about coming to do the sports shows that we do, that we get to learn about what exists in other areas, and we can make comparisons to what we have to offer.
And you know something that I recall from that conversation with Pete? He indicated that when he sees something that's uniquely different, he won't keep it. He will put it back because he realizes it's an anomaly, but it might actually be adding to the ecosystem. So he wants to protect it.
Yeah, that was one of the things that he did mention, that he never keeps a trout that is either too small or too big.
Right.
And it's the whole reason why they have slot limits. But this is a natural inclination on his part, and an understanding that if you keep those great big fish, they are basically your brood stock for future generations of big, strong, healthy organisms. And it's the same thing with, if you keep the too little of fish, you don't give them a chance to become part of that brood stock.
Yes.
They don't get old enough to become sexually mature, is what they talk about.
Right. And so anglers, by their very nature, they understand they have to be part of the conservation efforts in the angling world.
That's true. Linda, anyway, this will be for another show. I just had another thought that I wanted you to share with people. So all of you, stay close to your radio. Until next time, this is Don and Linda with the North Country Fishing Report.